What is up, guys? It is Kyle Smith, Arizona drummer here. I am sick as a dog, so excuse my nasally congestion and my coughing I'll be doing in this video.
Disgusting!
But I really could not wait to share this one with you guys. Just like the video title suggests, we are unboxing a brand new camera for this channel. First things first, before we even get into the unboxing, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys on the other side of this camera that support me, subscribe, like the videos, comment, share. If you'd like to know other methods of how you can support me, check out my Patreon. It's right here. There are 2 levels of membership. Number 1 is the snare drum member. You get things like exclusive access to videos, behind the scenes, early releases, things like that. And then the next level up, the drum set tier, gets you all the same stuff, plus shout outs, live Q&As, interviews, calls, all kinds of really great stuff. So if you want to support me and my channel, continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to become a member of my Patreon. It's a big help. Up until this point, most of the talking head videos you see on this channel are with my Sony EV-1F. It is kind of a budget vlogger camera. It's great, it looks great. I mean, you're looking at it right now. And it's a great camera. It's got a 1-inch sensor. I don't know a lot about cameras, but it's very limited. It's made for vlogging, so it's very lightweight, easy to carry around. I've got a Ulanzi wide-angle lens on it. Again, all of this stuff will be tagged down below, so you can pick it up for yourself or try it out for yourself, whatever the case is. It's also the shot that we use for the front angle of the drums. Check it out. And I also have DJI Action Pro 5s, I have GoPro Hero 7s, I also use my iPhone 16 Pro, I don't know what number we're on anymore.
What year is it?
But I decided to get a new camera as I'm doing more things like interviews, reaction videos, taking my channel out on the road and meeting with more people and having more interactions with all of you, as well as some of my professional partners out in the industry. I wanted to level up and make sure that I'm giving you the best quality content, visually and audibly that I can. That's why I picked up these DJI lavalier mics that just, again, they're the DJI mic minis. Pretty cool, let me grab it. So the DJI mic minis, they come in this really cool case, has DJI right in there. It's a chargeable case, it's got adapters, there's another mic transmitter in there, and really, really great audio, which I'm hoping you're hearing right now. I'm still learning to dial it in, so if it's a little clippy, I apologize, I'll fix that in post. But again, let's get into the fun. So first and foremost, we went big. Big.
That's quite big. Impressive.
On the camera, we got a Sony FX30 cinema line camera. You heard me right, cinema line. This thing is gorgeous. It's the Alpha series. It's the little brother of the FX3, but again, we can shoot up to 4K 120 frames per second. There's a lot we're gonna be able to do with this guy, but this is just the body. As you can see there, we'll get into the box here in a second, but just so you can kind of see, there's a cool shot of the front. And here's just some information on the back. But this is just the body, so we needed to get a lens to go with this. Now, I'm a big fan of having a big wide angle on this drum set view right here in the front, as well as for our talking heads, things like that. I want to make sure that there's a good view of what's going on. When I'm doing my interviews and things like that, I want to make sure that you can see everything in the frame, and that you're getting a full scope of kind of what's going on with what I'm filming. So what I went with is the ever popular and notorious Sigma 16mm f1.4 lens. This is probably the most popular lens to partner with Sony cameras, at least on the budget side of things. This thing goes for about 450 bucks, brand new. But what's great about this is it is wide angle, so 16mm. So we'll be able to see everything in the room. And then that gives me a lot more information where I can crop down, because this camera does downscale from 6K. So it gives me a lot more information where I can zoom in, zoom out, and crop and do what I need to do to get you the footage that I think makes the most sense and is the best for the channel. All right, guys, we have seriously leveled up here. So now what we're gonna do is get into these boxes and check out this camera and lens combination, and then we'll switch cameras so you can see what the new camera looks like. All right, let's get into it. All right, this is a new angle for the channel. Not sure how I feel about it, but let's get into the boxes. So first things first, like I mentioned, we have our Sony FX30 camera line. Cinema line, excuse me. Here we go, Sony FX30 cinema line camera. We're gonna get into the box. And so first and foremost, we have the opportunity to register our camera and get 2 times the warranty. You bet I'll be doing that. A lot of paperwork here. Okay, we got a charging cable here. We got a USB-A to USB-C. You can see that. But now we're gonna get into the fun stuff. We'll open that in just a second. Got a couple more things in the box that I wanna check out. Looks like maybe a battery. Maybe 2 batteries. But here's what we got in these first packages. So, in here, we got a power adapter. You can see that little Sony power adapter. And then I believe we have the battery right here. Perfect, yes. We have our battery right here. We got a Sony NP57100, but the piece de resistance, here we go. Here is the camera itself. Oh yeah. Now this is an upgrade. Let me bring that up closer to you guys. Look at that. I mean, just gorgeous. We'll do some closer shots here in a minute. I'll talk about some of the features, why I chose this camera in just a second. But yeah, just a tank of a camera. We'll unbox the lens and bring you guys back down so we can see us put it all together and see what the camera looks like and why I chose it. Okay, so like I said, this is a Sigma 16mm. Really popular lens. What do we got in the box? So we've got another warranty, some paperwork here, and that brings us to the actual lens itself. So again, we'll get rid of this box. Look at that cool packaging. It's like in like a little eggshell case. Oh yeah, so here's the lens itself. Comes with a couple of goodies. So first and foremost, it comes with this kind of like hood that you can put over the lens. Let me get that out so I can show you guys. So you can kind of see. Okay, cool. So there we go. And then we have the lens itself. Oh yeah. So again, this thing is gorgeous. You can see there's the 16mm, if it'll show it without looking at me. I mean, just super nice. It's for the Sony E-mount system. Comes with a lens cover. Yeah, this thing is incredible. Let's go ahead and get the camera set up and then we'll talk about why I chose it and get you back down so you can see me. All right guys, and here we have it. Here is the full unit. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see it. This is with the lens in place. Got the lens cap on, we'll take that off so you can kind of see. Again, that's that 16mm lens. And what's great about it is, again, it has the manual focus adjustment. What's great about this camera though is it has a big screen. Again, I'll put some of the specs here to the right as far as the size of the screen, the capability of the screen. But again, it also flips out, so I can kind of again see myself when I'm recording. Has different modes, programmable buttons, has different record sessions. There's one right here. There's one right here to record. It has pre-installed 1/4-inch threads, so that way you can mount a handle straight to this, you can mount a cage to it, you can mount microphones, you can mount whatever you want straight to the camera. You don't need a cage for this. I always think it's good to have one, just to be safe, so I will be getting one. But this thing is built like a friggin' tank. What else is cool about this is, there we go, USB-C ports, you can see a headphone jack, a full-size HDMI, or a headphone jack in there so you can hear your own audio. This thing is also water resistant, dust resistant, so you can be out filming in the rain and not have to worry about it. Over on this other side, what's really cool too, this thing also has slots for 2 SD cards, and it fits both the normal SD cards and whatever this other one's called. Again, I'll correct myself in the captions. We're gonna switch cameras so you can see what this thing looks like and why, again, I chose to upgrade. Let's check it out. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days, and as you can see, I got the light situation figured out. Turns out I was using the wrong aperture and the wrong ISO, which again is like mind-blowing to me because I've never used those words before. I don't know anything about cameras, but I'm learning, and I think that's the important thing about today's video. For those of you out there who are nervous to get started, to learn how to do these things, you know, maybe we have excuses like, I don't know how to use a camera, I don't know how to set one up, I don't know how to edit videos or record drums, whatever it is. Guys, when I started this channel, I had a vague idea of how to do all that stuff. And now here we are 5 years later, and the videos are better than ever. And again, you just have to have the confidence to learn, to do it wrong, to make mistakes. And I think that's what today's video is all about. But again, you can sit here and listen to me talk, or we can see what this looks like on the drum set. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but really quick, look at this autofocus improvement. Like it's just, Like, that's a good autofocus. Anyway. Oh, I got it. There it is. And then there it is. Okay. Anyway, I'm still sick, so do with that what you will. But with that, let's go ahead and get on the kit, see what this thing looks like and why this camera's perfect, not only for cinema, vlogs, behind the scenes interviews, but also for drum covers. Let's get into it. I'm not touching that screen.